Hello and welcome to the Forma Models Personal Budget and Net Worth Forecast Model Walkthrough. This model was developed to prepare an annual personal financial plan, track against the plan, and forecast changes in net worth on a monthly basis for a one-year time horizon. This is a great tool for personal use or with wealth management clients as it goes beyond basic financial planning to create a trackable budget tool. The README tab states the model purpose, highlights common use cases, and provides an overview of functionality, formatting, and all of the unique modules within the model. This tab also provides additional documentation, contact information, and a summary of additional products and services available from Forma Models to support your analysis needs. The Forma tab contains all budget and actual inputs for the model and feeds the analysis within the output report. The first input in cell D6 is for the starting date of the model, which sets the opening month for the budget. The model contains sections for active income, passive income, and investment income, as well as shelter expenses, transportation expenses, other living expenses, and other general expenses. All of these sections utilize the same format, which we will review in depth for the active income section. Column B contains the labels that set the line items for your budget. These can be changed and customized to fit your specific needs. The first line corresponding to the label is for the budget, as noted in column D. Column H is the first month of the budget, which corresponds to the date you entered in D6. You begin your budget preparation by entering the budget values in column H through S for the specific line item. The line below the budget is for the actual results. This can be populated as you progress through the year so that you can track against your budget and measure your financial performance. Each individual line item's budget and actual performance is followed by a calculation of the variance in dollar and percentage terms. This methodology we just reviewed is followed in every section with line items that are customizable to your specific needs to make this budget truly your own. Each broad section, such as active income, concludes with a calculation of the consolidated budget and actual performance for the category as well as variances in dollar and percentage terms. Following the active income section, passive income is input following the same standardized format to allow for easy input and accurate analysis. Investment income follows passive income and concludes the income budgeting section following the same methodology. Expenses are entered next following the same standardized format. The expense input section begins with shelter expenses and has the flexibility to budget as a homeowner or home renter. Following the shelter expense section, transportation expenses are input following the same standardized format to allow for easy input and accurate analysis. Other living expenses follows transportation expenses to be input under the same methodology. Other general living expenses concludes the expense budgeting section following the same methodology. This marks the end of the personal profit and loss budget. The final section of the Pro Forma is for the investment forecast. This section follows a similar format to the income and expense budget, but functions differently as it forecasts your investment values. All accounts function the same, so we will focus in on the first account beginning in row 254. The opening or starting balance for the account is entered in column E. This input sets the starting point for the investment account forecast. The expected return on investment for the account is entered in column F. This is the anticipated annual percentage return that you would like to budget. The monthly contribution is entered in column G, which are the additions to the account on a monthly basis. If you plan to reduce the investment account through withdrawals, enter a negative value in column G. Once these inputs are entered, the budget will automatically populate in column H to S based on the parameters set. Actual investment account performance can be entered in the actual row. Dollar and percentage variances calculate below each account to track if the investment is overperforming, underperforming, or in line with expectations. Upon completion of the investment account inputs, the pro forma is complete and the output executive summary is ready for your review. The output report begins with a summarized monthly and annual budget cash flow. The cash flow is summarized into income less expenses to present the net income in dollar and percentage terms. The cash flow is followed by a consolidated summary of the monthly and annual budget by source. This table shows the breakdown of monthly and annual income and expense as well as a monthly tracking of investment balances. A line chart visualization of the monthly budget income by source to track trends and volatility of income by source and by month is presented. A pie chart showing the proportional share of income by source is also presented to examine income concentration and consider opportunities and risks. A line chart visualization of the monthly budget expense by source to track trends and volatility of expenses by source and by month is presented. A pie chart showing the proportional share of expenses by source is also presented to examine expense concentration and consider opportunities and risks. Reviewing these exhibits can help to hone in on your budget and determine if there are areas to improve or diversify income as well as cut expenses. The final visualization of the output report is a monthly line chart displaying the budgeted investment account balance. Ideally, your investment account will be trending up and to the right, reflecting growth in your investments throughout the year. The final section of the output report, and the most useful tool in our opinion, is the dynamic actual versus budget analysis. You will most likely be using this tool every monthly and consistently building on your analysis. Your budget will probably be completed before the year, while your actuals will be input each month as you collect income, pay expenses, and manage your investments. We just showed on screen that the date input in cell E101 controls the budget cutoff date. By changing this date, you can set the end of your analysis period. You can set this date to March to only see your actual versus budget performance for the first 3 months of the year, or the date input to December to see the full year actual versus budget performance for each account section. This section consolidated actual and budget figures by broad categories, such as active income, shelter expenses, or investment accounts, to track actual versus budget and calculate the variance in dollar and percentage terms. The figures and variances are tracked on a monthly and annual basis. To assist with and visualize your actual versus budget performance, sparkline charts are included for each line item in each account to assist with visualizing trends and identifying any volatility, opportunities, or risks. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this model walkthrough and encourage you to visit our website and try the model for yourself.